Hello there. My name is Amanda. I also go by Ketoginja. I've lost over 100 pounds eating a ketogenic diet, and my channel helps you do the same with budget-friendly, family-friendly keto food. And lots of shenanigans along the way. I have an amazing husband named Dan. We've been married for 2 years, but we've been together for 7. We have 2 sons, Lincoln and Levi. They are 4 years old and 5 years old, and they're both on the autism spectrum. So we are an autism family as well. I would like to say that we're a pretty unique family. I am a photographer, a wedding photographer specifically. I used to be a makeup artist. My husband Dan is like a jack of all trades. He can build anything, basically could build a house from the ground up. He just recently started his own business doing all kinds of handyman type stuff, and I am doing photo and this. Today, I wanted to talk about a topic that I get asked about all the time, and that is weight loss management. That's what we're doing here. My highest weight was around 270 pounds, maybe even a little bit higher than that. Right now, I am just over 100 pounds less than that, and I would like to lose 20-ish pounds from where I am right now. So if you want to do the math and you're a numbers person, go for it. But I try really hard not to put myself in the category of this is my goal weight, because it does something to my brain. I get very obsessive and I'm concentrating on the number, and I just don't want to do that. And that's basically the moral of the story for maintenance for me. I'm gonna break it down into 2 categories. I started keto 3 years ago. It took me 1 year to lose 120 pounds. So I have been maintaining that weight loss for around 2 years. That being said, the very first year of maintenance, I did it differently than what I'm doing now. So I want to talk about a couple of different styles of eating low carb in maintenance mode. What works for me may not work for you. That obviously goes for anything I ever say to you guys. All I can do is share my journey. So let's talk about what maintenance was like at first when I got down to my lowest. Also, I know we've talked about this before. I do have 2 different colored eyes, so if you're gonna come and ask in the comments, yes I do, but you can only tell when the light is really bright. But yes, they're different. When I first lost all of my weight that first year, I was the keto drill sergeant. I don't think that I had any kind of cheat day or off-plan meal for almost 7 months when I first started. I knew that it would derail me. So a year, 120 pounds later, I went into maintenance, which is harder than weight loss, in my opinion. Anyone that's maintaining any kind of weight loss, I have a feeling you're gonna have the same opinion. I find active weight loss to be much easier than weight maintenance because there is very little flexibility when you are in weight loss mode. You get very committed because there's a directive towards a number, towards a goal. So it's easier to lay that out in a chart and say, this is what I'm going for. This is what I'm working towards. You have that constant carrot dangling in front of you. So when I got to, I guess we'll call it a goal weight just for the sake of argument, but I hate that term. I would really like it to be something else, like my happy place. When I got to my happy place weight, I was thin, you guys. I was too thin looking back. I was probably around 145 pounds because I had been aggressively, strictly sticking to the program, and the weight fell off of me like crazy. So when I got to that time frame, I had what I like to call wiggle room, which to me was, oh, if I gained 15 pounds from here, I'm still gonna be really happy. That was a mistake. That was a mistake because it's a slippery slope of I can have a cheat meal once a week and no, I'm not going up on the scale, but before you know it, you are going up on the scale. You have gotten repatterned into the cheat meal and the off-plan living. So I digress. Basically what I did was I like this weight that I'm at. This now means that I am going to continue what I am doing, but I am going to throw a handful of cheat meals into my month every month. That might mean that we drank a lot a couple times a month, or that we, did a full-blown cheat day a few times a month. I went from eating absolutely perfect low carb to allowing in let's call it 3 to 5 off-plan days a month. I started putting on weight. Surprise. Of course I did, because I was not giving myself the opportunity to run on ketones for a long enough period of time. So I was craving the sugars. I was craving the cheat meals, if you will, or the off-plan meals. I was starting to kind of feel like my old self, where the scale was going up and I just kind of kept like, oh, it's fine. I'm still keto. But excuse me. But I was having way more off-plan meals and I didn't feel great. I wasn't gaining rapidly, but I was probably gaining a pound or two a week, up and down for a few months. Went on like that. I started to get concerned because I put on more weight than I was happy with, so I went into a new form of maintenance. This is how I eat now, and this also kind of is my weight loss, but for the second kind of maintenance, to me, this is the one that works the best. When I get to my happy weight, healthy weight, goal weight, whatever it is that motivates you, when I get to that place, I don't stop eating keto or low carb at all. At all. This may surprise you. When I have a cheat meal or a splurge, it's extra low carb food. So a much bigger portion. Maybe I do like one of the higher carb things, like half of a sweet potato, or I'm trying to think of a better example. Maybe I'm gonna eat an entire pint of, keto ice cream and half of a pan of keto brownies. Is that awesome? No, it's still kind of reminiscent of my binge eating of the past when I was severely obese and really uncomfortable, but it does not do the same trigger spiral to me that doing that with regular sugar would. I find not only can I still lose weight like that most weeks, but I can maintain my weight basically eating unlimited keto food, keto treats, almond flour, fathead pizza. I basically live the fat kid keto lifestyle. And that is what works best for me because I don't feel deprived. Now, am I telling you never have a cheat day, never go off plan? No, because I'm a realist and I know that this is a lifestyle for me, there will definitely come days where I make the choice to go off plan, eat whatever I want. Maybe it's pizza, maybe it's cupcakes. It's probably cupcakes. Honestly, it's almost always some kind of cake that brings me down. For some people, it's probably booze. For me, it's cake. I know I'm rambling a little bit. The reason that I don't talk about maintenance a lot because I feel like it's a very personal thing and it's very different for everyone. And I'm finding that at different stages of my life and different weights, it's different. Someone get this girl a thesaurus. But what works best for me is for the completely reckless off-plan meals and off-plan days to be spread out as far as humanly possible. When I do them once a week, once a month, twice a month, it's a very slippery slope for me and I can fall back into my old patterns very, very quickly. So I've made a commitment to myself this year that I am basically not going to go off plan without a serious heart-to-heart to myself. It's not gonna be just a whimsy-flimsy decision like I'm just gonna eat some cake. I'm gonna really stick to it. Because right now, in this moment, even though I'm not necessarily at my ideal happy weight, I feel better right now than I have since I very first started. Since I was like 6 months into the original keto journey and I was drinking the Kool-Aid and running on the ketones, like that's how I feel right now. And I'm using that as my number one motivator to stay the course. Whether that's maintenance, whether that's weight loss, remind yourself on those days, every day is not like that. I have concealer on, like I'm tired too. Like I'm not telling you that this isn't like some MLM, it's gonna change everything every minute of the day kind of situation because that's not what I'm saying. What I'm telling you is that when you are doing what is best for your body and you are running how you're, whatever that is, plant-based, vegetarian, vegan, whatever makes you feel the healthiest and gives you those occasional days where you're charging 9 miles ahead, you're making lists and writing everything down and checking things off, and you're the best version of yourself, however that is achievable for you, unless it's drugs, don't do drugs, do that. And for me, that's eating low carb. I wonder if I am allergic to sugar or allergic to gluten or things like that, because it is such a dramatic change in me in every way, shape, or form. The list could go on forever. I'll sound like a hypochondriac, but like when I am eating off plan for multiple days, I am tired, I'm sluggish, I'm really short-tempered, I don't sleep as well, I have a lot of like racing heart and anxiety. All of these things are very physical, very real symptoms that happen to me. So I am making this version of myself that feels like Shira a priority. And that's how I stay in maintenance. Often this question comes in a way of like, I've been eating this way for years and I'm really tired of it and I'm really burnt out about it. Love, Brenda. Here's the thing. If you focus on the negative, that you've been eating the same things for this long, you've been doing the same things for this long, that's not a lifestyle, that's like a punishment. That's like you're being forced down this narrow tunnel of this is what you have to do. That's not what we're doing here. We are taking this version of you that kicks ass, and this version of you that still kicks ass, but like is probably really grumpy and tired and kind of disorganized, and we're making this version of you less important than this one. We want to boost this one way up, right? So celebrate the stuff about this lifestyle. That's awesome. When you find yourself in that spiral of like, I'm really bored of this food, or I'm really tired of cheese, or when you start getting in that mindset, grab a notebook or something and start writing down the things that are awesome, okay? So every time one of those thoughts pops into your head where like, I'm sick of cheese, write down a pro and be like, you know, cheese isn't that bad, or I liked cheese yesterday, or I could have avocado instead. Like, think of ways to boost that kick-ass version of you, because that's the one that we're after. That's the one that's gonna change your life. That's the one that's gonna get everything done. That's the one that's gonna order too much on Amazon. Sorry, babe. I know that you guys can do this and make yourself a priority, because not very long ago, I was not making myself a priority, and now I feel like a different person. So if you are brand new here, welcome. I really hope that being here with me and being my friend is going to help support you in your life no matter what you're doing, whether it is a health voyage or, you know, mom and ain't easy, parenting ain't easy, special needs moms, whatever it is that you have going on. If you are dads that have sassy redheaded wives, like, I'm here for it all. You guys have brought this joy into my life that I truly didn't know that I was lacking. To have this whole community of people that are just basically virtually hugging each other all the time, it really does keep me going and keep me thriving. So super thankful to all of you. My ebook, Fat Kid Keto, is still 40% off in the Etsy store. I'm basically leaving the sale up forever because it makes me happy to give you guys a discount, and I really hope that you'll check it out if you haven't already. It has some of our most beloved recipes, and to me, the Fat Kid Keto food is why we can stick to it. When I know that I'm gonna be able to get all of the goodies of a Philly cheesesteak in a bowl without the bread, that's why I can stick to it and not order pizza on a Friday night. So get creative in the kitchen. Welcome if you're new. Thank you if you're not. I love you all, and I will see you super soon. If you have any questions about weight loss maintenance or anything that I didn't cover, or specific questions about my maintenance journey, leave them down below in the comments. I'll try to answer as many as humanly possible. Also, one last thing. If you entered the Keto Krate giveaway video, the winners have been chosen. I have heard from one of you, but not the other. So I believe it's Brian Sunday. Go to the video or shoot me an email, ohsosweetamanda@gmail.com, and we can link up so I can get you your Keto Krate. I'm really leaving now. I love you all. We'll see you really soon. Bye. Drink your water.